Hi, it's Linda with No Frills ASMR. I did a video 2 days ago about, it was mostly about the history of the Super Bowl, but I mentioned a few things about Super Bowl, Super Bowl 58. And in that video, I talked about the Kansas City Chiefs, who admittedly I don't know much about. And that I looked up, their field was called GEHA Field. And I thought that was a strange name. And in the comments, and it stands for, I didn't write it down, but it's something like Healthcare Associates, something employees healthcare, I can't remember. But and in the comments people said no, their stadium is called Arrowhead Stadium. And I was like, oh shoot. I don't know, stuff. Which led me to look it up, and I learned a few other facts. Yeah, they still call it Arrowhead Stadium, but it's actually GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Shoot, you know what? This is, in case you guys don't watch, I have spelling. Is that right? F-I-E. I think that's right. Okay, this is the sponsor. So it's their field at Arrowhead Stadium. But I think locals call it Arrowhead Stadium. So I was half right. But anyway, that sort of led me on a, I started looking that up, and that led me to this, to that. So this is going to be a video with just sort of random. I don't even know if they're facts. I guess random facts that I just kind of looked up and happened upon, mostly from Wikipedia. So if things don't seem quite right, please feel free to, in the comments, tell us about your team or the hardest thing. Well, I'll go into it. But anyway, so sort of just rando facts. So let's see, we could start. Look, I got orange index cards instead of just white. Very exciting. So the Chiefs, which we kind of discussed in the last video, they're part of the AFC West. And their colors are red and gold. What else did we say? Oh, the coach is Andy Reid. And they're the team with Mahomes as their quarterback, and they have Travis Kelce as their tight end. I want to make a Taylor Swift said that joke, but I'll hold back. But Taylor Swift dates Travis Kelce, and that's why a lot of new football watchers know the Chiefs because of Taylor, which is cool. But anyway, so that's the Chiefs. And then I thought I might sometime do a video just dealing with the team's mascots, because that's kind of interesting. But there is a lot of discussion of cultural appropriation within the mascot world that I don't want to become a thing, like in the comments, like, that's not what we're here for. But so I'll just say that their current mascot is KC Wolf. And you know what? Hold on. I took a screen grab. Oops. Oh no, you guys. The Lombardi Trophy fell apart. I almost called it the Stanley Cup. It does kind of look like a Stanley Cup. Well, Tiffany would be unimpressed by that. All right, we'll put the football right there. Okay. And by Tiffany, I mean Tiffany Jewelry Company makes the Lombardi Trophy. All right. There's a beautiful picture of a fire at a backpacking trip we took to West Virginia. Dolly sods. We Are the World, the groundhog. Okay, this is Mr. Casey Wolf. And this is when they won the Super Bowl. Chiefs win first Super Bowl in 50 years. And there he is. So this is the Kansas City Chiefs mascot. And he's fun. And he does appearances around town and everything, it sounded like. Okay. The Kansas City Chiefs, not all NFL football teams have cheerleaders. The Kansas City Chiefs do have cheerleaders. And one thing I learned about the cheerleaders, I can't really, is what they earn per game. Can you guess on average what a cheerleader earns per game? And by the way, about cheerleaders, I don't know if you guys have ever watched some of those cheer competitions, but these people are athletes. Now, I don't know. I never watched NFL cheerleaders. I don't know if it's different. I don't really know anything about the cheerleader world except for watching shows on Netflix. But they're athletic people. Like, don't discount the cheerleader. Anyway, any ideas what they earn per game? It appears that NFL cheerleaders earn around $150 per game. Now, if they go to Super Bowl, then, they get to do a lot more appearances, and so they can earn per appearance. So they can earn more, but if they're just going to the games, that's about what they earn per game. Now, that's for I think for not like the head of the squad, but that's interesting. And the Kansas City cheerleading, I don't know, do they call them a squad? I think so. It seemed like, from what I read, they have 33 members. And right now there is, I think, at least one man on the team. Okay, so that's a little bit about the Chiefs. Oh, I know what else about them. The Chiefs were in the American Football League, which we looked at in the last video, sort of predated the NFL Super Bowl. Am I saying that right? I think so. And so the Chiefs had won 3 championships when they were in the AFL. But since post-1970, since there have been Super Bowls, they have won Super Bowls in 1969, in 2019, and then again in 2022. Super Bowls. And 1969 was Super Bowl 40? No, 4. Wait a minute, 1969. Oh, Super Bowl 4. Yeah, that's right. Remember, they didn't start calling them Super Bowls until Super Bowl 3. We learned that. I remember now. It's coming back to me. Super Bowl, let's see, 2019 was Super Bowl 54, so it would be like that. Because the L's 50. This is 1, and since the 1's before the V, that makes it 4. So this is 54. Ooh, Oops, sorry, that's sloppy. And then 2022, I don't know why I do this, just because I did a video on Roman numerals. And you have to use things or you forget them. So this is Super Bowl 57. Because the L is 50, the V is 5, and the ones are 1, so 57. Okay. I'm glad we worked that out. If that didn't put you to sleep, I don't know. All right. But the last two, the 2019 and the 2022, the quarterback was Patrick Mahomes. And he's the quarterback this year. So that's pretty exciting for Kansas City. They have a great quarterback going into the game. Oh, I know what was kind of interesting. So the owner of the team, the current owner, his name is Clark Hunt. And the Hunt family, from what I could tell, has owned the team since, like, you know, the beginnings of the team. And they were in Texas at first. And then when he moved the team to, when his, not Clark, but Clark's dad, Lamar Hunt, when he moved the team to Kansas City, he was designing the current, the logo for it. And apparently he sketched it, the story goes, he sketched it on a napkin. But he was kind of here it is. Here's the logo. So it's an arrowhead with K and C sort of, I don't know what you call that, intertwined maybe. But the design for this, he kind of took, I don't want to say copy, but inspiration from the San Francisco, how this one goes like that. Which is funny because now they're playing each other in the Super Bowl. And, you know, they're pretty similar looking. But the Hunt family, from what I could tell, of course, all these owners are going to be ultra wealthy. But it looked like they're like the 18th richest family. I don't know, worldwide? Is that what? They're very wealthy. And, oh, here are the uniforms. So their colors are red and gold. And for this Super Bowl, they're wearing, hold on, I actually have a note somewhere. Let me look. Hold on. I'm going to come back because I just want to make sure I have it right. Okay. Where did I? Well, I feel silly. I didn't write. But I think that the one they're wearing for the Super Bowl is this one. Because they're the home team. They're considered the home team. You know, they're in Las Vegas. But so they got to choose which they wanted to wear. And I'm pretty sure it's this one with the white pants, which they wore when they won the Super Bowl last. But is it this one with the red pants? I think they're wearing this uniform. So just so you know, if you don't know a lot about football, teams have home uniforms and away uniforms. So this is their home. This is road. All red, all white. I think they're wearing this one. You guys let me know if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's that one. Anyway, so that's that. Okay. Anything else about them? Oh, I know one other thing. I'm debating whether to say this when I go over the Kansas City. Well, we'll just go ahead. So there was a time when Joe Namath, who didn't normally play for the Chiefs, the wording I saw was that he was on loan to the Chiefs. Honestly, I don't even know what that means. On loan? Like, I don't. And then when I tried to look up Joe Namath on loan to the Chiefs, I tried to Google it. I couldn't really find information about that. But my understanding is Joe Namath is on loan to the Chiefs for a year, I think. And Joe Namath was good friends with Huey Lewis. So he invited or brought in Huey Lewis to sing the national anthem at the Chiefs game. And Huey Lewis came in and he sang it. And at the end, instead of saying, "Home of the Brave," he said, "Home of the Chiefs." And so now, whenever they sing it, the national anthem, they end it in their stadium or their fans by saying, "Home of the Chiefs." So you'll hear that if they scream it out. Very exciting. Oh, and speaking of the fan base, as far as I could tell, the Chief fan base is called, I am so worried I'm going to get my E's and I's. Chief Kingdom. The Chief Kingdom. And they sing "Home of the Chiefs." So that's the fan base. If you are part of the Chief Kingdom, the thing that I couldn't quite figure out is is there a certain, how some teams are like "Who Day" or "Let's Go," what, I don't know. "Here we go." What else? I don't know. I can't think. What's the Ravens? Anyway, I don't know if they have a tagline. I couldn't quite find that. So if you know what that is, please share. Please share with the class. Here's the problem when you try to look things like that up. Sometimes the best you can find is Reddit. And I feel like sometimes the people who comment on Reddit are just random people saying stuff that they don't really know for sure. Like me. It's like me here. But anyway, so if you know, do the Chiefs have a thing that they say? I don't know. All right, so that's the Chiefs. I might think of other things, but for now, I just found the one note I made that says Chiefs are official home team, red jersey with white numbers. Well, that could be either of these, but I'm pretty sure it's this one is what they're wearing. Okay. So that's a little bit about the Chiefs. Oh my gosh. Okay, now the other team playing is the San Francisco 49ers. I think I got the correct name, the Levi Stadium, on the last video. It's interesting that their colors are similar to the Chiefs. They have red, black, white, and gold. Apparently they have 4 colors. Does that sound right? And in this Super Bowl, they're considered the visiting team or the road team. So Kansas City got to choose the uniform. So hold on, we already saw that. That's San Francisco's. What do you call it? Logo? Not logo. Whatever. Logo. Okay. So here are the different uniforms that San Francisco wears. It's interesting because the Chiefs, it said home, road. This says color, white, alternate. But anyway, I think because the Chiefs are wearing their color, that means San Francisco has to wear the white. I think that's how, so they don't look too much alike, So they're wearing their white road. So I think this is the one they'll be wearing on Sunday's game. I think that's a cool looking uniform. I kind of like it. Okay. So that's the 49ers. And they have a mascot whose name is Sourdough Sam. And here's a picture of Sourdough. Mr. Sourdough Sam. And he is originally he was a prospector a gold prospector, but I think they've kind of made him a miner, a gold miner, which, you know, same difference really. But the 49ers are named after the prospectors who they would go to Northern California in the 1800s in search of gold because somebody had found gold there, and then everybody started going there. So they became known as the 49ers because when they found gold and when everybody rushed, the gold rush, everybody rushed out to California to mine the gold. It was the year 1849. And so it became known as the 1849 gold rush. Gold rush. So, that's some sloppy writing. So that's who the 49ers are named after, is the 1849 gold rush. And that is why Sourdough Sam is a prospector. And the reason for the name sourdough, and to be honest, I didn't look this stuff up. This is my assumptions based on history, because I know more about things like the gold rush than I do football. But during the 1849 gold rush, these guys were going out there in a hurry. They didn't necessarily have places to live, and they couldn't store food or anything like that. So they would bring what was known as sourdough starter, which is just flour and water, but it starts to grow bacteria. And if you keep it, it will kind of multiply. And then you take a little bit out, and the bacteria is a form of yeast. So when you take a little bit out and you put it with other flour and then cook it over the campfire, you'd get a nice loaf of bread. And because of the humidity and warmth in that part of California, not even warmth, humidity, I guess, it grew a kind of extra tart, sour form of the yeast that makes what's known as San Francisco sourdough bread, which is delicious. And you can get it cut out, and they put clam chowder in it. Oh, it's yummy. But anyway, so that is why he's called Sourdough Sam. Okay, hold on, I want more orange cards. I only have white. Here we go. All right, let's get a couple more. Not that I have that much to write, I guess. But so the 49ers do have cheerleaders. That's all I have to say about that. I don't think I have a picture of their cheerleaders. What? Oh, I do. Hold on. Yes, I do. I didn't think so, but I do. Okay, there's Sourdough Sam, and they're the San Francisco cheerleaders. I didn't write down how many of them there are, but, and I think they do have at least one guy on their squad. The fans, okay, I was trying to look up the fans of 49ers, what they go by. And at first I found Niner Empire. Niner Empire. But I'm not sure if this is connected or not, so feel free to correct me. But from what I could read on Wikipedia, it says that the 49ers have been owned, and this is a quote from Wikipedia, by Italian-American ownership. And sometimes when you see that kind of Italian-American, it implies connected people. And I'm not saying anything about Italian-Americans, not at all. I'm just saying sometimes when you read that in things, it implies some kind of mob connections. And there's a story in there about an owner, Edward De Bartolo Jr., who owned... I might get in trouble for all this. I don't want to talk about it too much and end up with a horse head in my bed in the morning. Oh, well, it's in Wikipedia. He owned the team during all of the Super Bowl wins, and they have had 5, by the way. Hold on, they won in 1981, in 1984, in 1988, in 1989, wow, and in 1994. I won't do all the Roman numerals, that's too much. So they won 5 times. Every one of these times they were under the ownership of Di Bartolo Jr. And it later came out that he was brought up on charges of corruption and found guilty of corruption. And the NFL, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. Suspended. Anyway, it wouldn't allow him to be part of the NFL for at least a year, it sounds like. And so I wonder, and this is just me wondering out loud, if the empire word feels a little too much like these maybe weren't totally fair, that there was some, because part of the corruption he was involved in, he owned a riverboat that was a casino riverboat. I don't know about any of that, but it feels like they're trying to get away from this phrasing. So it looks like now they go by the Niner Faithful or Niner Gang or 49er Faithful. And I was looking up songs, and there's, oh gosh, I forgot his name, but there's a guy who does some like kind of rap songs. They seem really good, actually. I was like, this is a good song. So it seems like they have a pretty good fan base, is what I was trying to say. A faithful fan base. I won't say anything else about them because I don't know. And so one of the other things the 49ers had was Joe Namath on the team. Not Joe Namath, you guys. Joe Montana. Dang it. I said it wrong on the last part. It's Joe Montana. Hold on, I gotta Google something. I've never Googled. This is No Frills, and we're not allowed to Google. But now I feel like I'm having a senior moment here. Montana, Joe Montana, right? Yeah. Oh my God, you guys! I said Joe Namath. What does Joe Namath look like? When I saw that picture, I thought that was Joe Namath. I'm getting confused. Can I just say that Joe Montana? Now he was Joe Cool, right? And for reasons unknown in my brain, Joe Montana. Oh, shoot, you guys. He's a 49er. Why did I say Joe Namath? Sorry. We're going to write that up. Anyway, when I was a kid, for some reason, I thought Joe Montana, who, by the way, was in a lot of commercials and stuff as Joe Cool, I would get him confused, and you guys are going to think this is nuts, with Barry Manilow, the singer Barry Manilow. I don't know why. I thought they looked alike. Or maybe I'm thinking of Joe Namath. Oh, God. Apologies to all you football fans in the world who are like, why? Okay. Anyway, so Joe Montana was on the team. And he was I'm like sitting here debating whether to re-record this because I'm kind of worried that that's such a stupid mistake. Oh well, whatever. Okay, well, there we go. So the 49ers won 5 Super Bowls. And what did we say? The Chiefs won 1, 2, 3 Super Bowls. So Chiefs Kingdom versus whatever the Niners want to go by. Which one do we like best? Niner Faithful. I think that's pretty good. Niner Faithful. Yeah. So, you know, this year, Usher is the halftime show, which I think will be really good, actually. I also sort of went down a rabbit hole watching some of the previous halftime shows. Prince, you guys go back and watch the beginning of Prince, where he has the marching band playing and he does Let's Go Crazy, and then he goes into Purple Rain. It's awesome. I wish I could have been there for that. I never saw Prince live, and I wish I had. And then we watched, actually Michael Jackson's was really a good one. Well, the J-Lo, Shakira, that was good. What other one? Somehow we ended up watching Creed on a Thanksgiving football game, and that was actually better than I would have ever thought. Anyway, so this halftime show will be Usher. Yeah. Maybe he'll bring out Ludacris. I don't know. And the national anthem is going to be sung by country legend Reba McEntire. And then they're doing America the Beautiful, and Post Malone will sing that. So I think that'll all be really good. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I still have to do a pics video, I think. I can't decide. You guys, what? Oh my God. Do I need to refilm this? Because look how I spelled ramdom. I don't know what's wrong with me sometimes. Random. Gosh, I hope people watch all the way through so they see me correct that, because otherwise, I'm very vulnerable with these videos. I just put it all out there, right or wrong. Anyway, is there anything else we want to talk about? Oh, I know one thing. When I was looking at the mascots, the wolf guy, the KC wolf, I was like, well, why a wolf? You know, are they common in Kansas City? I don't know. And apparently, in the old days, I don't know how old, could have been 50 years ago, could have been 5, I don't know. But they had a fan base that they called the Wolf Pack. And the way they were described was rabid. Like, what was the Wolf Pack doing? So they said they had a rabid fan base called the Wolf Pack, and that's why they named him Casey Wolf. But I didn't see that they're called the Wolf Pack anymore, although you'd think since their mascot's Casey Wolf, they maybe would go by that, but I didn't see that. Anyway. All right, I'm sure there's other stuff, but that's all I kind of found this morning when I was scrolling around the interwebs. All right, so Super Bowl 58, boom, 2024. But since it's the 2023 season, is it really 2023? I don't know. I don't think so. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.